Boarding schools have long been part of South Africa's education landscape. Some of the country's oldest institutions date back to the early 1800s, built to offer structure, discipline, and academic excellence. But in modern-day South Africa, boarding schools are often associated with high costs and tough questions about access, parenting, and belonging. For Gugu Mkhwanazi, boarding school was not just an education choice, it was a life-shaping experience. She was just 12 years old when she left home in 1971 to attend Adams College in Amanzimtoti, one of the country's oldest boarding schools.
It was a little bit of excitement to go away from home. My mom was strict, but I also knew that when going to the boarding school, I have to be disciplined. And boarding school comes with its own discipline and builds you up to and molds you in a different way than when you were at home. So I'm happy that she did.
But the decision to send her was not driven by privilege. It was driven by circumstance. At the height of apartheid, Mkhwanazi's mother, a teacher, faced severe housing restrictions.
To be able to get me stability because she didn't have her own home in Johannesburg when she came from Durban. She was classified as a 10-1C and she didn't qualify to have her own home. So that hopping and hipping in between homes gave her that thinking, good, let me take my child to the boarding school. I know boarding life is going to be a stable life for her because I've been there. Booi and myself, we were doing matric here. We were only 4 girls in our class.
It was a sacrifice rooted in love and necessity. Now, in her senior years, Mkhwanazi believes those 5 years at Adams College shaped the adult she became. And she believes in the value of boarding school if families can afford.
Of course, if they can afford. Of course. Especially this time, this era of our kids being exposed to things that we've never been exposed to. You're even scared of sending your child to the shop. You're scared of letting your child visit relatives. Rather, my child go to boarding school where I know she is safe.
Yet, despite her belief in the system, Mkhwanazi chose a different path for her children.
I have a house, comfortable house that I didn't have. I have a husband who's supportive and my kids are under a good care. They go to good schools. Good schools are now all over. I don't have to say, let me go and see far away where I can send my child because the school is good. And I can afford to have them at home. I know they are safe with me.
Her daughter Phumi Mashego says she never felt deprived by staying at home. But when time came for her to make a decision for her own son, her thinking shifted.
So today, looking back, I don't think I missed out. I think that there were lots of other opportunities that I got because I was here. Being a Joburg mom, working, high school, all of that, boarding school helps you because then you don't have to do all of the running around. If you have a job that requires you even a little bit of travel, even a little bit of late nights, even high school today, it's insane. You're not going to be able to do it. And something that's a bit of an overlap, my mom was an only child, my son's an only child. So for me, the idea of having other, like brothers, essentially, to be with and grow up with was important. And I thought boarding school would help me give that to the boy.
That son is Kanego Mashego, now a grade 12 pupil at one of Johannesburg's top boys' boarding school. For him, the lessons extend beyond the classroom.
My biggest challenge was that nobody's going to do anything for me in that situation. Like waking up on time for breakfast, making my bed, getting ready for school. Nobody's going to be there to help me do the stuff on time. Like it's just something you've got to get up and do. That was my biggest challenge. Now it's a thing of every week you find a new challenge that you need to overface, whether it's things like scheduling or finding time to yourself to do your own things and things like that. Those are like small challenges you get now. But then it's like a thing of how quickly can I adapt to this and how can I use it in my normal life as well, outside of boarding school?
And for those about to start their boarding journey, he offers simple advice.
The things that I'd say they should look out for are the types of relationships they build with not only their age mates and their peers, but also with the staff, the ground staff, the teachers. They should look out for building those type of relationships. Another thing would be to not be afraid of asking for help. That's it. They shouldn't be afraid to ask someone, hi, I'm struggling with this, or I don't know how to do this. They shouldn't be afraid to do that.
For Mkwanazi, it's those relationships built far from home that endure for a lifetime.